It's 5 p.m. You opened your laptop to write that report due tomorrow, but somehow you're 3 hours deep into a YouTube spiral. Your chest is tight, and the idea of typing a single word feels physically impossible. Researchers call this state of crushing guilt the dark playground. Procrastination is a biological stress relief habit. While laziness is marked by a total lack of energy and general apathy, procrastinators often care intensely about the task. This high fear of failure triggers a defensive avoidance response. When you think about a massive, intimidating task, your amygdala treats it like an incoming physical threat. It triggers a freeze response. Your survival brain hijacks the wheel, pushing your logical forebrain aside to escape the stress of the moment. Before we fix this, I need you to think of the exact project you are hiding from right now. Get that specific, heavy task clear in your mind. Winning this fight requires a mechanical override of biological survival instincts. Willpower alone cannot compete with a triggered amygdala. We have to manually reset the brain's hardware. Step 1 is severing the avoidance loop. Right now, out loud, count backward to yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This deliberate action interrupts the subconscious habit stored in your basal ganglia. It forces your prefrontal cortex to wake up, bringing your logical brain back online to take command. You are now feeling limbic friction. This is the physical resistance when your emotional survival system battles your rational brain for control. To win this battle, enforce the friction rule. Take your phone or whatever distraction is holding your attention and move it completely out of your physical workspace. Put it in another room if you have to. Making your distractions physically difficult to access breaks the habit of reaching for easy comfort. You are creating a barrier that your survival brain is too lazy to cross. By adding friction to distractions, you make the actual work the path of least resistance. Your brain will choose the desk because the phone is now too much effort to retrieve. Even with distractions gone, you might still feel stuck in an unmotivated state where starting feels like moving boulders. This graph models a dopamine trough. Hours of cheap gratification drain your chemical drive, dropping your baseline into a valley where motivation disappears. To escape, induce acute, safe physical discomfort. Turn your shower to the coldest setting and stand under it for 60 seconds. This sudden physical hardship steepens the slope of the trough. The fast drop forces your neurochemistry to react, and your dopamine levels rapidly rebound. This biological rebound restores dopamine levels past their starting point, creating the chemical baseline to initiate complex work. You cannot wait for motivation to arrive. You must engineer your own readiness by using temporary discomfort to shock the system into a state of focus. Step 3 happens back at your desk. Shifting into first gear requires the highest amount of mechanical effort. Once the car is moving, the friction drops. Look at the project you identified. Do not try to complete it. Instead, identify your MINs, your most important next step. Your MINs must take less than 2 minutes to complete. It can be as small as opening a software application or typing a single heading on a page. Dropping the standard for starting removes the pressure. Without a massive expectation of success, the fear of failure vanishes, and the amygdala's freeze response remains dormant. Achieving this tiny win signals success to your brain. This initial turn of the gear creates momentum, making the transition to heavier stages feel lighter. Momentum is the result of executing an impossibly small mechanical action. You are moving the gears manually until the system takes over. Step 4 locks in that momentum. Parkinson's law states that work expands to fill the time you give it. An open-ended deadline guarantees the task will take all day. Giving yourself unlimited time signals to the brain that there is no cost to delay. This invites the limbic system to seek gratification and abandon the work entirely. Set a strict 25-minute timer. This window is dedicated solely to your MINs and the tasks immediately following it. A visible countdown manufactures urgency. It replaces a vague, scary goal with a non-negotiable, immediate boundary. This manufactured pressure forces the logical brain to maintain control. When the clock is running, your prefrontal cortex more easily rejects temporary distractions to meet the immediate deadline. A defined time limit transforms an overwhelming project into a manageable mission. It demands absolute focus because the end of the work block is already in sight. You have now neutralized limbic friction, rebounded your dopamine, and regained control of your brain's internal steering wheel. These mechanical resets filled the foundation for long-term consistency. By repeating these steps, you begin to operate as someone who prioritizes their schedule over their temporary moods. Over time, this leads to an internal shift. You stop being a person who tries to work and become someone who consistently follows their own calendar and meets their deadlines. Your life is a finite calendar of weeks. Those weeks slip away while you wait for the perfect mood or a surge of inspiration that may never come. Go to the comments right now, state your most important next step, and immediately start your 25-minute timer. Executing these 4 steps repeatedly hardwires a new response to resistance. You are training your prefrontal cortex to override the limbic system, making the transition from paralysis to action a predictable, mechanical process.